Yeah, really looking forward to racing. Haven't done the Whitchurch 5k before, but heard good things about it. So really looking forward to racing, and it's just going to be a great prep ahead of Highgate, which is a couple of weeks later. Test the legs over a shorter distance. So yeah, just going to try run quick, try chase the boys, and try run as quick as possible.
Excellent. You're obviously in really good form this year. You're the top of the rankings for parkrun in the UK at the moment with 16:10, I think it is.
Yeah.
And you've got a PB of 16 minutes flat on the roads. You look thinking you can get under 16 minutes?
Yeah, hopefully. I've been stuck around 16 minutes at Noscarlin, I think it was a couple of years ago. And yeah, I would quite like to improve my park run from 16:10. So yeah, I definitely can go under 16 and try to take as big a chunk off as possible.
Excellent. We'll come back to you, and I'm going to get you to say who you think out of the three boys might come home first. So I'll let you bear that one in mind.
Yeah, it took about a week. Early on, I was quite tired, trying to get my body back into British time and British weather as well. So we went straight kind of back into training, but the sessions were a little bit lighter. I did my first session with Charlotte. I did a bit of pacing and then a bit of speed work after. And, yeah, this week it's starting to click again, so starting to feel a bit better.
Because Stephanie had obviously a good year so far, a really good run in Armagh back in February, 14:05. Which puts you ahead of these two boys as it stands for this year. How do you think you're going to be able to hold them off on Sunday?
I think it'd be like a different style of race to Armagh. Armagh's a little bit, straight off, really fast, and you're always kind of chasing someone. I think Derry was off in like a 240k, I think, in Armagh this year. So I don't think it'll be quite that quick off, but I do anticipate the race being quite quick and it coming down to that kind of last mile. So yeah, I think it'll be a fast race for this type of course, and the field's not as condensed at the front. So yeah, and I'm sure there'll be a couple of other guys trying to hang on to us as well.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be. Yeah. Obviously, in the chase on the Gold Coast, you managed to pull ahead of Ieuan. He went out quite hard. Do you think? What do you think the odds are on you being ahead of these two when it comes to the finish line in Whitchurch Village on Sunday?
I mean, yeah, I'll be going into the race looking to win it, but it's a completely different event. It's not even on the track, so I'm sure the race will be so different to that at Gold Coast. But yeah, I back myself to win it. Yeah.
Of course, you're the one Swansea Harrier against quite a few Cardiff athletes. I'm sure you'll be looking to bring it home for Swansea on the day.
Yeah, most definitely.
Sunday?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Gold Coast, like Johnny said, is a completely different race to what we're expecting on the weekend. Different distance, different speeds, different pacing strategies. We were out there in Gold Coast to compete. We were there to run for 6th, 7th, 10th. We were there to place as high as we possibly could. And I decided when the gun went off and Kipruto went crazy that I was going to roll the dice and just try and hang in. And hope that it wasn't actually as quick as I was anticipating it to be after that first 200. Unfortunately, we came through the first K in about 2:41. If I do that on Sunday, I think we could be in trouble. So yeah, we'll see. It's going to, like John said, it's a completely different race, and I think it's very exciting.
Absolutely, and obviously since then you've come back. You had the Newport 10k last weekend, which was obviously a really good race for you. You won that and dipped under the 30-minute mark. Do you think that endurance is going to give you the edge over these two on Sunday?
Well, I've shown my hand now, haven't I? We've all come back, and I think everybody's been struggling a little bit. We've all been feeling a little bit flat. I know all the way up until Newport, everything had been a little bit of a struggle, and I was hoping Newport would kickstart the system a little bit, and got into the race last weekend, and just started feeling amazing again, and just floating along, and I came, sub 30. I was super happy with as a performance. It's only the third time ever I've gone under, and to do it all on my own, it was a big step for me, and big step forward. But like I say, these guys kind of know where I'm at now. Yeah. I've put myself out there and I've said this is the shape I'm in. So I'm there to be shot at, but again, it's half the distance. So it'll depend on, how I've recovered from that. It'll depend on how things go this week. But it's not going to be an easy race for anyone this weekend. Everybody backs themselves to win. So the whole race is going to be crazy.
I think it's a different ball game this year altogether. Don't get me wrong, the fields the last couple of years have been good, but I've seen a shape that Johnny and Ieuan have got themselves into for the Commonwealth Games, and there's other people in the field as well that look really strong. I think these two both know the best way to win it is to get rid of me as early as they possibly can. If it comes to a sprint, I've got a chance. So I think it's going to be fast, I think it's going to be tough, but you know what, I'm going to enjoy it. It's a fantastic race, it's done so well, great entertainment, great atmosphere there, and I really look forward to it.
Excellent. And reflections on the Gold Coast, perhaps the 1500 didn't go quite as you'd hoped, but obviously tough conditions. The whole experience of the Gold Coast, how was that?
Yeah, it was the most incredible experience. It's something we've worked 10 years towards to try and achieve, so in that essence it was some of the best months of my life, but turns out the race didn't go quite to plan. It was hot, I think emotions came over me, it didn't quite go to plan, so I'd like to come back to here now and try and put that to rest.
Absolutely. And you obviously mentioned the atmosphere. You've been here for the last 2 years. What makes this race so kind of special and attracts all you guys to come and run? Obviously it's Welsh Championships, but it's also a different type of event for you to come and run at.
Yeah, I think there's numerous things. There's a good prize in it. You don't get that in the Welsh race very often, and that's fantastic. But it's just you want to be there. It's a race. It's seldom in a race within Britain that you think, wow, this is an amazing atmosphere. It's got great entertainment. It's got things on before, things after, food, you name it, pretty much. And then when you get the likes of these guys turning up, it just makes it extra special.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, thank you very much. We're obviously all looking forward to it. We were trying to look up in the records today. The last time the three of you actually all raced each other in one race, we couldn't find one actually. You've all raced each other, so that's going to be a first. So it's difficult, but
Well, I think it's going to be. I think Johnny and Ieuan are going to make it an honest, fast race, and I think they're going to try and make it be a bit more endurance-based than a sprint finish. So if Tom's up there at the end and it's a sprint finish between all of them, I think I'll put my money on Tom. But I think if these two are clear, I don't know.
we'll
I'm
put a
going to go
steeplechase
Johnny.
barrier in,
Yeah.
in that finishing straight and see who.
Yeah, I'm going to go Johnny. Yeah, hasn't raced it before. Maybe a bit of dark horse, but
Oh, yeah,
I'm
one
going
for
Johnny.
Swansea.
Yeah.